Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. If you have not been here before, my name is Mr. Zax and this is O-Space Institute. Today we are going to be discussing how to design logo in Coreldraw in 4 basic steps, whether you have the knowledge of Coreldraw or you don't have the knowledge. By the time you understand these 4 basic steps that I'm going to show you, automatically you can design any type of logo within the shortest time. So sit back and enjoy. Please, I have a good news today. I'm celebrating 5 subscribers on this channel today. It's a great thing. At least we are moving forward gradually. We are beginning to impact people. People are beginning to see the value of what we are doing and they're beginning to subscribe. You can watch, you can subscribe now, or you wait till the end of the course. If you deem it is okay and you like our course, you can subscribe. Then for subsequent video, you have notification. Thank you for coming around. Let's get to work now. Step number 1 is to do your sketches. The major problem you have and the confusion you have that waste your time in creating your logos are when you don't have sketches. Because once you don't have sketches and you are not finalized with what you really want, and you get into the software Coreldraw to design the logo, you'll be confused. Because on the long run, you'll be there changing ideas, and at the end of it, you keep wasting time and you'll not still achieve what you are looking for. So the first thing to do, the first step out of this 4 steps I'm going to share with you is do your sketch and finalize exactly what you want to design. From the sketches, you have memorized where the major work is. Once you are able to identify the exact thing you want to design, you've solved almost 80% of your problem. This is step 1. Do your sketches and finalize your design. Step number 2, set up your design interface. Set up your workspace interface. How do you set up your workspace interface? Is launching the application Coreldraw, and that is what we are going to be doing now. Please pay attention attentively. If possible, download this video and rewatch it. By the time you get used to this 4 step, automatically we launch our Coreldraw. Now this is Coreldraw, Corel 21. You double click it, it will come up. Once it comes up, this is the welcome interface of the software. Now, here you have new documents. This one here, and this one here, and this one here are the lineup of previous work that you have done. So, recent work that you have done, they will be lined up here, so that Coreldraw has made it easy so that you will be able to visit your old works. Maybe if not finished with them, you'll be able to visit them and just click them directly instead of going to look for where you saved them. So automatically they will be saved here and you can easily access them. But for what we want to do today is a fresh work. So we are going to click this new document. You click it once, it will bring out this panel. Now this panel is used to set up the workspace. We are going to use this panel here to set up our interface. First of all, let's say name. You name exactly what you want to do. Logo design. Secondly, let's say preset. Here, we don't touch here. You just leave it like this under custom. Number of pages. It is not required yet because we are just going to design 1, 2, 3 logos. We can do them on the same page. Then thirdly, we have primary color, CMYK and RGB. RGB are solid color, while CMYK are print colors. So whichever you choose here is still fine. Then thirdly, where the major concern is this page size. We have A3 here. If you click this down, drop down button, you see different sizes of paper here. So you can either choose A3 or A4 or A5 or A6, but A3 is the biggest. So, and you can also customize the size of the space you want to use here. For me, I like using square space. All the boundaries should be the same. So in that case, first of all, if you don't understand the measurement, you can change this to what you understand. It is on millimeter now. You can easily change it to centimeter or feet. Me, I use centimeter because I'm familiar with that very much. Now we have the height here 42 and we have the width 29.7. So I will decide to change the width also to 42 so that I have both sides equal. Now this is the orientation. Since the sides are equal now, the orientation doesn't matter. Resolution is another key thing you must need to set. Resolution from 300 to 500 to 600 is okay. Any of the numbers you use there is very, very okay. Now we have set up our workspace. The next thing you need to do is to click OK. Once you click OK, the page will automatically open for you, and this is where you can do your design. All the design you do, you can do them outside this space here. You can still do it inside this space here. And everything you have designed, if you want to export, you must make sure it is inside this box before you export. So we have finalized step 2. Step 3 is the work itself, the design itself. And I'm going to show you 2 design tools on this software that can help you to design your logo very, very fast. Once you are conversant with these 2 tools that I'm going to show you, you can design as much as you want, and you can design within the shortest time. So you need to get familiar with these tools, and you need to follow this process that I'm going to show you. You need to understand this step. Once you understand this step, you can design any type of logo and within the shortest time. So what are these tools? First of all, we have this rectangle tool here. This rectangle tool is used to create the shape. You first of all create a rectangle shape that you will need to manipulate to the logo you want to design. So this is the first. The second one here is this shape tool. This shape tool is the tool that you will use to manipulate this rectangle shape to whatever design you have already sketched. So these are the 2 major things. If you can understand this and you are able to use this flexibly, you can design any type of logo you want. So let's step to the work. I'll click on this rectangle tool, then move my mouse to the center here, then hold down the left click, then pull. Now you see we've created the shape. It can be rectangle, it can be square. So this is it now. You now release the left click. Automatically you've created the shape. Now this is the shape we are going to manipulate to design our logo. So by the time you have drawn this shape, the next thing to do is to pick the shape tool to use it and shape this thing to exactly what you want. You click on the shape tool, you bring it to this rectangle square that you've already drawn, you put it in the middle, you right click and you see convert to curve. Once you click convert to curve, this shape is now free for manipulation. You can now manipulate this shape. If you see, if I hold this edge, I drag it here, you see, I can now manipulate it to whatever I want. This side also, I can pull it and manipulate it to exactly what I want. If you can use this tool to manipulate this shape to whatever you want, automatically you can design any type of logo you want. So you have to follow this step carefully and understand the process very, very carefully, because this is what you are going to use to manipulate all the logos we have sketched. So first of all, we have the logo that look like X number 1 logo is what we are going to design. So now that we have made this shape editable, what we need to do next is we form the shape X. How do we form a shape X? This shape tool has what we call knots. So these knots now, you can place the knots on this shape here. any part of the shape, you put it here. How do you place the knot? You bring your mouse on the line, you double click. You see it has automatically registered a knot here. We now move to this side, we double click again, it has registered another knob here. Then we now move to the center, we double click again, it has registered another knob here. I'm fixing this knob irrespective to the exact design I want to do. So now this one here will hold this one in space, this one too will hold this one in space, and I can easily pull this one downward to form the top part of the X. I do the same thing down here, double click here, I double click here also, then double click this center also, then pull this one inward too. Then I do the same thing to the edge here, I double click here, I double click here, I double click the center, then I pull it inside too. Then the same thing, I come here, double click here, I double click here, I double click the center, then pull it inside too. This thing has not taken me more than 10 seconds, more than 20 seconds. It's not even up to 20 seconds that I manipulated this thing. It's for this reason that I'm teaching you, and I want you to understand that I'm doing it very, very slow. If I'm to do this as a project, within 2 minutes, I'm done with this logo, because I've already solved the problem, which is having the sketch done. So now, automatically, we have our X. But if you look from our design, the shape of the X, the top is not like this. So this is not how our X look like. So we need to adjust the edge of this X to make it straight. We use our shape tool, same shape tool, we pull this one out and put it on a straight line. The same thing we do to this side, pull it out on the straight line. The same thing we do to this, pull it out on the straight line. The same thing we do to this, pull it out on a straight line. So we now have our X the way it's supposed to be. Now we can also remove this knot where we don't want them. How do you remove it? Because right now here they are not important here. This line is supposed to be straight. How do you remove it? You just double click on it, it will disappear. Double click, it will disappear. Double click, it will disappear. Double click, it will disappear. Now we've gotten the perfect shape of the X as we have sketched it. The next thing is those strokes we have in between the sides of the X, the four sides. So how do we get that? You come to your toolbar here. This whole place is called toolbar. You come to your toolbar here, you see this icon here, this tool here, count from the top, 1, 2, 3, 4. The fourth one, it might be that you might select another thing, might be here. The next time you might check. So, but don't be, it's not a problem. All you need to do is you come down to the edge here. You see this small arrow pointing down. You click it and hold, and press down the hold key, the left click, so that to bring out this option. Once it brings up this option, select this Bezier tool. Now we'll use this Bezier tool to create those lines. And you can also use the same process of creating this X to create that, but it will be more stressful. So I want to show you another simple way of doing that. You select this Bezier tool. Once you select it, you bring it to this space. Bezier tool, this is how it functions. You can use it to create lines and also manipulate the lines. So we'll use this to create those lines. So you click here, you bring it to the center here, click it, take it outside, click it. Then we drop the tool. Now we have this. So we don't need to be moving it up and down. All we need to do is just to duplicate this one. How do you duplicate this? You just press Ctrl D to duplicate it. Then you hold it and bring it down here. Once you bring it down here, see it's facing up. We need to make it face down. How do we make it face down? You come up to this, to the top of your software here. You see these two icons. This one is to make it face left or face right, and this one is to make it face up or face down. So we want it to face down. You click this. Automatically it will face down, and then you adjust it in position. Then what we do again, press Ctrl D. Press Ctrl D. It will duplicate this again. We move it to the left. Now this one we need to rotate it. How do you rotate this? Put your mouse in the middle, click that middle. It will now activate these edges that will help you to rotate it. Once it has activated, you can select any of the edges and turn it around like this. So after turning it around, you come to the middle again, click it once again, and then you position the shape. Then now we need to do to the other side also, to the left part of the logo. Press Ctrl D again and move this shape here. We'll also rotate it. Click the center, then rotate. After rotating, we'll now position it here. So literally, we've designed the logo we want, but it is not perfect and we need to adjust them. So all those parts that are not perfect, you click this, select your shape tool again, and then use it to adjust them to come out fine the way it's supposed to be, because logo is supposed to be uniform. It's not supposed to be drawn anyhow. So the spaces in between should be equal. So let's assume we've done exactly what we have sketched. You see the sketch has helped us to do this very, very fast. But if we don't have sketch, we'll be here and we'll be turning. So the next stage now is to apply color and export the work. How do you apply color to this? You click this X, it will be highlighted. You now come to your color bar at the right hand side and select whichever color you want. Whatever color you click here will affect it here. You click blue, it will affect it. You click yellow, it will affect it. So let's say I will click red. Let's use red for this. Then after this, we need to apply color to this line too. And this one is a line, it's not a shape. So how do you apply color to this line? You click on the line, you come down to the bottom of your software here, you see this icon here, click the color box there, double click it, it will bring up this panel. After bringing up this panel, you see color and you see width. Now this width is telling you the size of this shape here. So all we need to do is select, you click down this arrow facing down, you select the color that you want. How do you select the color that you want here? This is the field of the color. Whichever field you click here, it will appear here and you have variety of the shade you want here. So we want orange. We click, orange is between red and yellow. We click in between here to give us that field of orange. We click the part we want and we click OK. Then we also set the width. We need it to be thicker than what it is. Well, let's say we select 12. It will become thicker, you are seeing it. Then we click OK. Automatically we've done this. Then we'll do the same thing to the others. Double click. Now, the color here, if you make mistake, you might end up selecting a different color. How do you select a uniform color to what we have used here? You see this pen tool here. Once you click this pen tool, you come to this place, put it on this one we've done earlier, click it. It will now select the exact color we have used for that. And then you click OK. Then you set the thickness to 12. Then you click OK. You do the same thing to others. Double click this, select the color, use the pen to select the color, click OK, set the size 12, click OK. Then we'll do it to this one too. Double click this, open the color panel, use the pen to select this color, click OK, select the size, click 12 and click OK. Automatically we've designed our logo. So automatically we've designed the logo we want. You can see it. So now this logo are in separate part. If you hold this one now, you can easily pull it out. You can easily pull it out. You can easily pull this one out and they will be scattered. How do you put them together? To put this together, all you need to do is put your mouse outside here, drag it around all of them. Then you see an icon up here. We call this group. You can press Ctrl G and it will group everything. Once you click this icon, all the shapes have become bound together. There is no way you can move one without the other. So it is now a single logo. You reduce the side either by pulling from the side. Don't pull from the middle here. Don't pull from the middle here or here. It will distort the logo. You just pull from the edge here. Then you press P to centralize it. Now we've centralized the logo in this space, because if you don't put it in this space, you cannot export it. If you export it, it will not come out well. Then before you export it, let's put a boundary around it so that it will maintain this size as we are exporting it. How do you put a boundary? We come back to our rectangle tool, we select it, we put it at the edge of this box, we drag it all over down and release the mouse. We have given it a boundary, so it's going out with this size. Now we might not want this edge, this line to show. We just want it to be plain white. So all we need to do is come to the color area bar. You see this part that has this cross here, this white that is crossed. You put your mouse on it, you right click and you click set outline color. Once you click it, automatically the boundary has disappeared. It is there, but the color has disappeared. So now how do we export? Export is very, very simple. Just click Ctrl E. It will now bring up this panel for you. You put the name, logo, design. We put first logo. After putting first logo, we will now set it, save as type. If you save it as JPEG, it will have white background. But if you don't want the logo to have background, you click this down and you see several options. You look for PNG. This is PNG. You select it as PNG if you don't want it to have background. Once you click PNG, it will not have background. It will just come out as a logo. So let's select JPEG. We click JPEG and then we click, where are we saving it? We are saving it on the desktop. So we click export. It is telling us that there is a particular one we've designed earlier that is showing there that we need to replace it. You can see it here. So let's say yes, we just have to replace it. Click yes. Then this panel will now show you how exactly the work will look like. So this is how it is going to look like. Then you click OK. Once you click OK, our logo is being exported to the desktop. Let's go and check it. So this is our logo. Now this is what I'm telling you. There is a shape under it here that we did not remove. So this shape now has been exported with it, which it will not give us the exact thing we are looking for. So this shape now is outside the box. So it came along with it. So if you have other designs around the logo, before you export, you make sure you clear all those things off. So let's get back to the software and clear that shape off. So where is the shape itself? We'll go down. You see this is the shape here. We click it, we delete. Then we re-export again. Ctrl E. Then we still select the same name, first logo. Then it's still on JPEG and we are still saving to desktop. You click export. Yes, we have to replace it because the earlier one we exported is not good. Yes. So automatically it will show us how the logo will look like. Then we'll click OK. After that, our logo is exported. Let's get back to the desktop and check. Now we have our perfect logo. So you can see this is our logo. Now we have done this using just straight line logo. What if you want to design a logo that is curved? Let's get back to the software so that I can show you that. So now we are back to design the logo, the curved one. That is our number 2 logo. So what we need to do, let's create another space for this. How do you create another space for that logo? Come down here, you see page 1. This is where we've designed the first logo. Then you see this plus sign here, you click it. Once you click it, it will open a fresh space for you that you can work with the same measurement. We click it, it has given us a new page to work. Your number 1 page is still there and this is number 2. So the more pages you open, you see them on the bar here and you can still check each work one by one. How do we design this logo with curves? All we need to do, we still use the rectangle tool. We bring it here and we pull it. Now you begin to use your wisdom here. After pulling it, what is the next thing? We use the shape tool to convert this to curve by putting our mouse in the middle, right click and convert to curve. Convert to curve will give us the ability to manipulate the shape anyhow we want. So now from the design here, we see that this one part of the edge will begin to curve from one side of the edge. How do we do that? I can collapse this. You can start from anywhere you wish once you understand this tool. I can collapse it by double clicking this edge. Once I collapse it, I'll now right click it, and you see to curve. Now this option will give you the ability to make it a curve. Once you click to curve, you see these two arrows here, this one here and this one here. They will help you to make this thing a curve. Now how do you use it? You put your mouse on it and pull it out. You put it on this and also pull it out. So gradually we have gotten one side of the cycle. Then the next thing we'll do this to this side also. How do we do that? We put our mouse here, we right click it and still select to curve. Then we see the same arrow, we pull it out and also pull this one out. Automatically we are beginning to get the shape of what we want. So the next thing is to create the top, which is a bit bold. So in that case, we need to use our wisdom here. I'll double click here to put a node here. I'll pull it out, double click another part here to push this inside. Push this inside and place it here. I'll double click this side too. I'll double click this side too so that I can curve this place. Then the next thing I'll do, I'll put my mouse here, right click it and select to curve. Then I'll pull this one inside. Let me pull this edge inside too. I'll pull this one inside like this. So this top is a big bold, it is big. So what I need to do here is I'll put my mouse here, click to curve, then expand it. Expand this. Then I can decide to remove this one so that we just have a plain straight curve. So you begin to adjust these shapes to give you exactly what you want. So I can remove this one too. So the more you design, the more you begin to see the ones that you need to remove. The more you adjust, the more you see the ones you need to remove. So let me pull this one to the top here a bit, then drag this one outside, drag this outside, and allow this one to follow it too. So automatically we've gotten what we want. You can see it. It's the same shape with what we have here. Then we now pick a cycle tool here. This is a cycle tool. We click it and now put the cycle that is in the design here. Then you move it and adjust it. So automatically we are done with the logo. How many minutes? It's because we are learning, that's why it's taking time. If it is a professional work that I want to do, it will not even take me more than 5 minutes to finish this logo. Then what next? We apply our colors. We click this, we use red, select red, then here we use orange as we did earlier. But this one is a shape, so we can just select it from the color panel here. And one good thing you know that they've done in Corel 2021 that is very, very helpful. Whatever color you have used, you see them at the lower top of the software here. So you don't need to go here and be looking for the color again. You can just come here and select the color. So we select the orange that we have used earlier, which is this one. So automatically we've created the curve logo. So if you can understand these processes that I've gone through on creating curve and straight line logos, you can produce as many logos as possible. Then the next thing we'll do here, we'll put the boundary. Put the boundary. Then go to the top at the color bar here. You see this white space that is crossed. We right click it, select color outline to remove that color at the background, at the border. So we've removed the color. The next thing we need to do is to press Ctrl E to export this logo. We'll now name it second logo. It's still on desktop. You click export. It will now show you how the logo will look like. Finally, now click OK. After clicking OK, let's go to our desktop to check, and this is our logo. So this is as simple as it is. You can download this video and watch it severally so that you get used to these stages that follow. Once you have mastered these stages, believe you me, you can design any type of logo you want. Thank you guys for staying around. Hope you enjoyed the class. If you enjoyed the class and you know it's of benefit to you, have achieved something, please do not forget to click the subscribe button. You being the 6th, the 7th, or the 8th person will give us that motivation to continue doing this work. And if there is any question you want to ask about logo design, about graphic design, about video editing, you can drop it on the comment section below. And also, we've treated characteristics of logo, concept of logo, and how to design logo professionally. All you need to know about logo design. The link is in the description. Please, you can click there and watch our previous videos. Thank you very much for staying around. Thank you very much for trusting us. For those who have subscribed, we really appreciate you because you are giving us the motivation to continue working. And for those who are yet to subscribe, we bet you are not going to disappoint you. And for those who are subscribing right now, we appreciate you. Thank you very much. Until we meet next time.